Welcome to the 105th edition of Liège Bastogne Liège, the third of the Ardennes Classics and the oldest of cycling's 5 monuments, first held all the way back in 1892. A major change to the course this year, with the finish line returning to the centre of Liège for the first time since 1991. Still plenty of climbs late in the day, with the Côte de la Redoute and the Côte de la Roche-aux-Faucons 15k from the finish line likely to have a big say in determining the day's winner. No defending champion Bob Jungels as he gears up for the Giro d'Italia, but the Koenig Quick-Step still boasting a strong lineup with Julian Alaphilippe and Philippe Gilbert, the winners of Milan-San Remo and Paris-Roubaix. World champion Alejandro Valverde also dreaming of glory, hoping to match the great Eddy Merckx with a record-equalling 5th victory in La Doyenne. The rain pouring down as they got underway, with 8 riders pulling clear. Andrea Pascalon, Julien Bernard, Tobias Ludvigsen and Jeremy Maison, joined by Kenny Molly, Kevin Deltombe, Mathis Passions and Lilian Kalmajan. Their advantage up to 10 minutes at one point, but De Koenig soon set about bringing it down. The pace proved too much for some, including Valverde, who was forced to abandon. The Movistar man not on top form after swallowing a B at La Flèche Wallonne. Bernard putting clear of his fellow escapees on the Côte de Mont-le-Soie. The son of former pro rider Jean-François, the Frenchman got about 25 seconds clear, but the peloton had reduced the gap to under 1 minute and 30 seconds. A strong group of around 30 riders then came after the main group, among them Greg van Avermaet, Ilnur Zakarin and Gilbert, Vincenzo Nibali also in there. And Bernard was eventually caught up with under 70k to go. Tanel Kanget and Omar Fraile looking to make something happen on the Col de Rosier, the front group splitting under the pressure. Kanget and Fraile joined by 8 other riders, including Damiano Caruso and Alessandro De Marchi, and they had a lead of around 50 seconds with 45k to go. Kanget was the last man to resist, and he was joined by 3 more riders, Tim Vellens, Patrick Conrad and Daryl Impey, heading on to the final climb at La Roche-aux-Faucons. Vellens then trying his luck, but the chasing pack would soon come into view. Jakob Fuglsang then launching his attack, followed by Michael Woods and Davide Formolo. Dylan Tuns and David Gaudu quickly on the heels of the leading trio, but there was no staying with Fuglsang. And despite a real heart-in-mouth moment here on the descent, the Dane was soon flying towards the biggest victory of his career, taking his first Classics win, having already made 3 podiums this year. Formolo coming home in second, with his Boro Hansgrohe teammate Maximilian Schachmann sprinting for third. And after a spring in which he's frequently played second fiddle to Alaphilippe, there was no stopping Fuglsang today. The 34-year-old Astana man taking a richly deserved victory, his team's at 23rd of the season. He's the second Dane to triumph at Liège Bastogne Liège after Rolf Sorensen in 1993.
When Woods he started the attack, it was the perfect way for me to jump with him first, and then I tried, and then in the moment I look back and see that he actually was gone. Formolo, he also left me 2-3 meters, and that was there I knew, okay, now you have to leave everything out. Now you have to die before the top, and then try to keep going.
The women's race was a 138.5km pedal from Bastogne to Liège, with 5 categorised climbs on the menu. Plenty of attacks on a rainy afternoon, but in the end Annemiek van Vleuten was in a class of her own. After coming second at the Amstel Gold Race and La Flèche Wallonne, the Dutch woman claimed a commanding victory, over 1.5 minutes clear of her compatriots Floortje Mackaij and Demi Vollering.